Welcome back to Capitol Tonight. President Trump is now 9 months into his second term, marked by sweeping changes, including the deployment of the military to cities led by Democrats around the country and the deployment of ICE agents elsewhere, including to some regions of the state that are considered electoral bellwethers like Long Island. The island is also one of the areas of the state to feel the sting of the federal government shutdown most keenly. And then there's the possibility of a Democratic socialist being elected to lead New York City. There is a lot going on in the world, and the question we're asking our guest tonight is how Long Islanders feel about it all. The guy to ask is Larry Levy, of course. He's the executive dean at the National Center for Suburban Studies at Hofstra. He's also a former award-winning Newsday journalist. He joins us tonight. Great to see you. Long time, Larry.
It's great to see you. It has been what do they say? It has been a minute or two?
It's been a minute, exactly. That's what the kids say. So why don't we start with why Long Island is a bellwether? Why is Long Island such an important indicator of the political winds?
The suburbs, and I'm not just talking about Long Island, I'm talking about around the country, for years now have been the decisive vote in presidential elections and really all statewide elections. I mean, the presidential elections are 50 statewide elections. And the reason for that is that while there are plenty of, progressives on the left and conservatives or MAGAs on the right, there is a preponderance of moderate swing voters. And those are the ones who don't have an allegiance to any particular party. They vote the candidate, they vote on a particular issue, they will vote on a motion when something moves them, but they don't automatically pull the lever for Republican or Democrat. Now, what's interesting is that Long Island rarely, and I can't even think if ever, has a say in presidential elections because its vote, even if it splits or goes heavily, say, for the Republican Party, is overwhelmed by Democratic voters. But Long Islanders are, if I can be academic, the quintessential, the prototypical suburban swing voter. And how Long Island goes, and people study Long Island because of this, will tell you how those competitive suburban areas around the country are the ones that are overwhelmingly represented in the 35 competitive congressional seats around the country. So paying attention to Long Island can sometimes pay dues.
I want to talk about local politics first. Now, this might seem like a weird question because Long Island is Long Island and New York City is New York City, but I think that who is mayor of New York City matters to Long Island residents because many of them work in the city. What do they have any skin in the game?
Well, many of them not only work in the city, but the news that they consume on a given day, particularly television news, comes from network affiliates in the city.
Yeah.
So they're inundated with a lot of stuff that they might not get if they were in a different region of the country. That said, the mayor's race is being fought out on Long Island already because the races for county executive and other local offices, Republicans are definitely trying to beat the Democratic Party candidates
They're like
over the head by guilt by association. That Mandami is not suburban enough, he's too extreme, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The Democrats are coming back and saying, well, never you mind that. How about Donald Trump? This Republican candidate, whoever he is tied to an extremist president. And so they're going back and forth about people who have nothing to do with the local races, but have everything to do with how the dollars are being spent.
Right. Jay Jacobs, who is the state Democratic Party chair for our viewers, he's from Long Island. He is not a fan of Mamdani and recently gave him sort of an anti-endorsement. Meanwhile, the governor, who is sort of Jay Jacobs' boss, gave him a pro-endorsement. What do you make of that?
Well, I think Hochul, and this is not an original thought, was thinking towards a potential primary. That she wanted to protect her left flank because that's basically the only potential threat she has.
Antonio
to whatever
Delgado.
extent it is a threat, yes, from her former lieutenant governor.
Right.
I think Jay Jacobs also is trying to protect candidates, those very candidates who are getting battered in the suburbs for county executive, for town supervisor, other local races. And he's taking a position that helps these candidates say, hey, it's not the Democratic Party. Look, our chairman is against Mamdani. I also suspect, without really knowing, I hate to get into that game, that this was a bit of a dance between Hochul, a choreograph between Hochul and Jacobs.
Yeah.
That Hochul did what she had to do. I can't see Jacobs going off the reservation that far without at least having an acknowledgement that he's not going to immediately lose his job.
Right, exactly. So we did want to ask you about what's going on federally, specifically public sentiment on Long Island toward ICE, immigrants, refugees. What's going on there?
There's no recent reliable polling on it. Up to the shutdown, it's very recent. But Long Island, again, as a prototypical place. And also, I get out and I talk to a lot of people all the time. It's not going over well for President Trump and the Republicans, which may seem counterintuitive because the Democrats are the ones who arguably are forcing the shutdown. Right now, the only polls I've seen nationally, and again, if Long Island is that prototypical representative of the country as a whole, the Washington Post poll had people blaming Republicans and Trump much more than Democrats. The CBS YouGov poll was not quite as negative on the Republicans, but wasn't a good look. So for now, at least, the Democrats are okay. It's a gamble. It could backfire on them. It could make their position even worse.
We are out of time. This has been our Long Island check-in with Larry Levy. Larry Levy, Executive Dean at the National Center for Suburban Studies at Hofstra. Great to see you as always. Thanks, Larry.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching our YouTube channel. Let Spectrum News be your resource for balanced, in-depth political coverage, and click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV to learn more about the candidates, where they stand on the issues, and more. We'll see you then.